Hello and welcome back to Successful Journey Network. I am so happy that you have subscribed to this channel. I hope that what you're hearing is making a difference. I hope that you're finding value in this channel uh, and what we're talking about. We are just forming a tribe of people who are on a journey to become awakened conscious beings, aware of what's happening around them. And I'm trying to give each time I drop a video, I hope it's something that'll help you become more and more aware of yourself and what's going on spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, because on this journey of success, it takes changing our mindset, creating new habits, getting rid of old thought patterns that no longer serve us. Uh, so I hope that you're enjoying this and share it with a friend if you're finding value in it. Thank you. So right now we are going to talk just a few minutes about combating fear. Fear gets the best of us, whether it is fear of failure, fear of success, or even fear of fear. All of us experience fear at some point in our lives, and it can be a real stumbling block that holds us back from being successful. Fear can't hold you back forever if you don't let it. There are several ways to overcome fear, and one of them is to separate reality from your perception. Ask yourself what is really going on. Locate the facts and place them over your feelings. I can tell you a story when I was a child one time, and the wind was blowing outside my window, and I was laying in bed, and it actually looked like a monster that was standing out in front of my bedroom window. It was a shadow. And as it moved back and forth, I became more and more afraid. I thought something was trying to get into the room. And as I laid there and kept thinking, what's out there? What's out there? So my perception first was a monster. But in reality, it wasn't a monster at all. I finally got up the nerve to creep around to the side of the window and peek out, and it was a tree. It was just the shadow of the tree that was casting a shadow on my window that made it look like this big monster. So it's your perception. So locate the facts and place them over your feelings, because my feelings were afraid, my feelings were scared, my feelings were afraid of what was happening. But once I located the facts, once I investigated, then I knew what it was, and then I could calm down. So a lot of times our fear is not based on reality. It's not based on anything real at all. Your fears are based on shadows. So identify the trigger. Figure out what it is in the situation that triggers you. Learning to identify it will help you learn to combat it. Know where fear lives in your body. A lot of times fear takes over physically. It affects different people in different ways. You can start manifesting fear physically through your body, in your neck, in your back, um, in a headache. So identify it and how it affects you physically, and then do the work to take care of your body. If it's stress that you're dealing with, because you have some fear of lack of money, or you have fear of losing your job, or you have fear of some kind of sickness, you know what? You can learn to do certain exercises, and you can learn to avoid this pain. When you start dealing with what really is happening, then this manifestation of fear in your body will go away. One of the something that I do that really helps me is I practice gratitude. I start beginning, if something starts creeping up and fear comes in of failure or something's going wrong, I just start going down my gratitude list. I'm grateful for the day. I'm grateful for my job, my family, my resources, my prosperity. I go through the gratitude list, and it changes the energy right away. So you know what? Every day, List two or three things that you're thankful for. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. Gratitude will help you shift your mind into a positive light, which over time will overcome fear. Something else you can do is listen to your inner voice. Monitor your inner conversations. You know, you would be surprised that how much we uh, have negative conversations with ourselves throughout the day. Listen to those conversations in your head and see what they are doing. If you're sitting there and in your mind, you're having all of these negative conversations about a coworker or a situation or something going on at home, um, identify that. And you know what? If you wouldn't say it out loud, don't say it to yourself. Speak positively to yourself and remind yourself of your strengths. Remind yourself, affirm how good you are. Affirm that you are able and capable. Affirm that you have the strength and the power and the knowledge. Those are some great ways to overcome fear. Create a new association. Remind yourself that the feeling and the moment will pass. Remember, the moment will pass, and you have control over this moment. And what you do in this moment is what's going to change the next moment. So, take control of this very minute, the minute that the fear overtakes you, and start identifying, okay, and asking questions. Where is this coming from? What is this from? What shadow is lurking over me? And when you identify those things, it changes really quick because you can focus on the positive outcome of the situation rather than that scary in between. If I'd have continued to lay in bed all night long, I would have thought that monster is going to get me. That monster's coming in. It's going to break through the window. But I took over the situation and I identified what it was that was lurking outside my bedroom window. And then it was nothing, nothing at all. And most of the time, it's really nothing. So, also your perception. Look at the glass half full. You know, perception is a very powerful thing, and how you feel about your situation, it dictates how you respond. So, think positively, and you'll give yourself a much better chance of success. This won't happen overnight. Practice with just one thought. What is the one reoccurring negative, fearful thought that you have? Work on reversing this one thought, and over time, this will become a habit. And every time a fearful, negative thought comes in, you now develop this habit, this mechanism, and you can just acknowledge it and pass it on. You know, if you get in a situation and it becomes really intense, you can practice some breathing exercises. Breathing helps center your body, and I would recommend doing that multiple times a day. So when you stop breathing, your heart stops beating. You can do a grounding exercise or even just take 5 deep, long breaths at any point to calm and center yourself. It is best to start your day with this, but feel free to practice it multiple times a day. I can't tell you how often I will recenter myself with some deep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. I do that 5 times and it will calm the situation every time. You know, create a safe space. I call it my happy space. I go to my happy space. When you feel safe and secure, there's no room for fear. So find somewhere safe that you can retreat to when you're feeling ill or you begin to have negative thoughts or fear overcomes you. Whether this is a real place, maybe in your bedroom or underneath a tree in your backyard, or it can be a place in your mind, such as at the beach or in the mountains or where your happy place is. You can go there in your mind. And I find myself doing that throughout the day at work. I will go there just to relax for a few seconds, for a minute or two, and it really changes things. You know, this sense of comfort will soothe you and allow you to face your fear. So, you know, I've given you a few strategies here, and not everything works for everyone, but play with it and find what best works for you. But this is a place you can start. Start implementing some of these techniques into your life and don't let fear hold you back from reaching your goals. And don't let it hold you back from being your best, being your highest potential, having your highest potential. So don't let fear overcome you. Don't let the doubt overcome you. All right, go and take on the day. Thank you so much for joining me. If you found value in this, share it with a friend. Click on the bell so that every time I drop a video, you'll be able to join me again. You'll be notified. I hope you're enjoying the time together. So go take on the day and remember, you're more than enough.